So, as you've learned all of these things, most recently you've been on The Apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us about that. Like, we see it on the TV, we see you in a boardroom, we see a nice little a project. You go away and do it. You're like in a lab creating little cakes and making them look good, getting people to taste it, think it's amazing, and then you come into the boardroom and Sal Sugar's like, oh, they compared it to like children's, primary school people making this. And he goes, well, that's an insult to them primary school children. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you have to answer to that. That's what we see.
Yeah.
What's actually happening behind the cameras?
Oh, what's happening is a task takes like 2 days. Honestly, a task is 2 days. So you have the first day, day 1, day 2. And then the third day is the boardroom. So you have 1 hour of 1 hour of TV time in like 30 hours of filming.
Mm-hmm.
So it's compressed, massively reduced and edited. And you don't see the pressure we're under. We're under immense pressure to perform, to not be seen. Because again, it's that balance between being a flower on the wall, just being in the background. And yeah, sliding across, being cruising in the process, and then getting called up for it. And being too dominant, where you get called a bully. So you have to be assertive, but also not be dominant, not be a bully. So it's that balance. So you don't see that. You almost have to play a power game with yourself and other people. So you don't see that. Dragon's Den is just me against 5 dragons.
Yeah.
I don't have to play any politics. I just need to convince them. It's marketing. Whereas in The Apprentice, there's a lot of psychology. But, 48 Laws of Power. You read the book. It's about, power play. And a lot of that happens in the house as well, in the boardroom.
Is it about how good of an entrepreneur you are, or is it how good you are on TV, how you make good television? Because, I'm going to butt in here because I did go in for an audition back in early days. I think it was 2012 or 13. I was going to the studios and you're lined up in these big queues and you go up and then they line you up and you come up and you have to do your pitch. Got through the first round, then you get into another group and then you go for another one. And then, I didn't quite make it, but it was just for an experience.
Yeah.
But it was just like the guy who was like, hey, I grew up from a trailer park, single mom background, blah, blah. They were like, he's in straight. It was like they love the showman. Are you going to make good TV?
Exactly.
What is it like when you're in that group? Are you looking around going, you are all entrepreneurs, man. I've got tough competition, or is it something different?
No, it's not entrepreneurs at all. It's literally who makes good TV. That's what it is. It's they cost you for your bravado, for your not aggression, but your assertiveness, your confidence, and the image as well. You got to dress well, look well. They literally cost you for TV, drama, and fights and ego.
How much influence does Sir Alan Sugar have?
100, he had massive influence. Sorry, not on the casting, but certainly in the boardroom. Yeah, he fires whoever he wants to fire.
Okay.
So the producer could like someone, but he can fire them.
What's it like being in the room with a billionaire?
Oh, scary, because you're face to face with him. It's scarier than the Dragon's Den. The Dragon's Den, they almost feel sorry for you because they know you're nervous. And a lot of the pictures are nervous, right? I've seen women and guys who are like a bit, nervous voice when they're speaking. Because some of them are teachers and lawyers and whatnot. They go on Dragon's Den and, I've got this great idea. It's a side hustle. I want investment. And it's almost like a sob story. So, we buy into them as viewers. And often the dragons buy into them. They're like, oh, bless her, single mother. Or this guy who's got a health problem, for instance. You buy into the story.
Yeah.
They're relatable. Whereas in Apprentice, you've got 18 big-headed, egotistical people. Whether that's real or not, as in whether they're really egotistical, it's a different matter. But they have been chosen for their loud voices or their characters. They've got this peculiarity about them. They're very idiosyncratic. So they are chosen, and Alan Sugar does not, he knows you've got this big CV full of lies, and he's going to point it out. And he won't leave any stone unturned. So there's no sympathy from him.
Still sharp?
He's very sharp at 76. Whereas in Dragon's Den, I think there's a bit of sympathy. You've seen the pictures, there's sympathy. I like, even Deborah said to me, I love the idea. Whereas Alan Sugar will never say that. he will never say he loves the idea.
Wow. And who was your least favorite person around, like, on that show?
I'm sure he fired me.
And anyone who you made really good friends with that you're still friends with now, maybe, or
Yeah, I like Verdi, Trey, Paul the dentist. They were my brothers. I had a good time with them.
Mhm.
I shared a room with Trey. We used to go to the gym with Paul in the evenings. Paul the dentist. Similar field, dentist, doctor. We had that kind of, a professional brotherhood in the house. Me, him, and Amina, the pharmacist.
Mhm.
And Verdi was just a joke. He just, in the house was
Mhm.
always dancing and singing, and he had a good time with Verdi.